We are ready. We do have players in the lobby. We are going to be showing Team Olive versus Aces and Kings. Now I know that Aces and Kings may have called out Team Olive in the last couple days, so
Ooh.
this might be a little bit of a grudge match. Let's see. This is a new game, so Olive obviously is a very strong contender, but since it is new, there is that kind of unpredictability that we might see some kind of upset. So we'll see if maybe Aces and Kings wishes come true, as if they could take some games, or maybe the set off of Team Olive in this first match.
I'm actually not too familiar with both of these teams. Actually, I shouldn't have said that because I just looked at the rosters and I know all of these people. Never mind.
Yeah, no, definitely familiar with Team Olive. They're one of the stronger seeds to come out of Splatoon 1. Under their old name Chimera, especially, they had a very strong run.
I don't know who they are. Okay.
Yeah, Olive. For those of you unfamiliar, Chimera was a very dominant team in the latter half of 2016 in Splatoon 1, and also into 2017. And they had a group of European players and a group of North American players, and because of some regional restricted tournaments, they kind of split off into two teams. They have the North American team, which was Synergy, and their European team, which was Team Olive. So that's why you might not recognize the name, but they're the same players and they're still very strong.
Yeah, definitely very strong. There's a lot of powerful names in this team comp. You got people like Dude and Fuzzy. They're definitely been some of the top contenders for a lot of positions in the Splatoon competitive scene for a while now.
Yeah, not present on Olive's roster right now is Sendao, who is their support player and Blaster. We do have Dude and Fuzzy and Soren, who are, for the most part, frontline slayers. Dude definitely plays more of a flex role. Fuzzy always using that 10 attack splatter shot, and Soren usually using other SMGs. So what I expect from this team comp is to see Nike sniping, as he is their sniper, and then Dude on a more mid-range flexible weapon, maybe blasters, long-range rifles, whatever is better for the particular map in game mode, and then to see Soren and Fuzzy on those kind of close-range SMGs, hopefully pulling off the same kind of teamwork that we used to see out of Soren and Kiver back when they were on Koopa Clan.
Cool. And on the flip side, we got Aces and Kings.
And I don't know that much about them. I recognize a few of the names. I've seen Warchamp around on the forums and stuff, and I believe he's an admin on Squidboards, if I
believe so, yeah.
I may be wrong. It looks like someone forgot to take off their Splatfest tee as we get started.
Here we go, guys. Game one for you. We got, this is Zones on Port Mackerel. This map is very, very different from what it was in Splatoon 1. It's a lot more middle control based, just like most of the maps in Splatoon 2. We got Olive starting off. Control of the zone. They're trying to push up, trying to keep that starting advantage they've been able to secure here. We got Fuzzy peeking around the sides here, looking for these flanks, looking for a pick. He got one on Warchamp, trying to stay alive. He got flanked himself. There you go. That's a good return from Aces.
Yeah, as we work our way back to a 2-on-2 situation, a lot of bloodbath going on right now in the center of the map. Now, we do, of course, have Olive off to an early lead, but the zone is taken, the penalty is applied, so as long as, Aces and Kings can get back into the map and get some points on the board, they should be able to recover before Olive works off this penalty.
And Olive is actually doing a really good job of pushing up here from the middle of the map. The control that they've been able to take, the map control that they have right now is just incredible. You just blink and the entire map is orange.
There is a 10 attack trying to take a side path out of the base to push Olive back, and it seems to be working. Nike and Dude backing up. Fuzzy overextending a little bit and getting taken out. The penalty was just worked off by Team Olive, so if Aces and Kings can get in on this right side, they should be able to get some points on the board, but unfortunately, off-screen, Dude does get a double kill, and that is probably going to seal the deal, as it's going to take Aces and Kings a bit of effort to get out of their base in the next 20 seconds. Right,
they had 3 players down there, which is huge, especially when Team Olive was controlling the zone. It's not looking good for them. It's probably game right there.
Yeah, Warchamp, it looks like it's going to try to paint the zone with a charger. Going to be unable to do so, and that is going to be game 1.
So very powerful stuff coming out from Team Olive. This is absolutely what they're known for.
Yeah, definitely. You could see their game plan. Now, this is, of course, a remake of the Splatoon 1 map, so it doesn't take the most ingenuity to figure out how to play this new version. It is a lot easier for the enemy team to get out of their spawn and contest the middle of the map, which is the big, most important change from Splatoon 1 to Splatoon 2 on Port Mackerel, but Aces and Kings just unfortunately was not able to take advantage of that new layout to get out of their base. It seems like they were kind of clumped up in those 2 middle lanes, where Team Olive was mostly watching, and the one flank that got out of that contained by from Team Olive ended up being taken out by Nike, or at least pressured by Nike, so that the push wasn't able to move forward. So if Aces and Kings is in that situation again, hopefully they can kind of establish a plan for getting out of their base to kind of spread out their numbers and be able to actually effectively get back to the objective.
Right. So Nintendo did add a lot of new ways for you to push out of your base, and they made it a lot harder for the opposing team to base lock you on control. Yes. That being said, it does still take a very long time to actually get to those options. So when a team has control of the zone and the points are ticking down and you don't have a lot of time left, it still is pretty difficult to actually make it there.
Yeah, and it is also worth noting that because the game type is splat zones, you're kind of a little bit harder pressed for time to get back into the center of the map. On a game type like tower control, like we're about to see, the objective does need to be taken to your spawn by the enemy in order for you to lose, which means that the enemy kind of has to come to you. In splat zones, once the enemy gets control of the zone, they can move up and stop you there, and the timer will run out and you'll just lose. However, in tower control, the enemy does have to move the objective towards you, which gives you some positional advantages. So let's see if Aces and Kings is able to kind of take advantage of the differences between tower control and splat zones in this next match on Starfish Mainstage.
And speaking of Starfish Mainstage, we got to talk about this stage. It's gotten a lot of flack from the players recently, actually. A lot of people are not too happy with this stage, but nonetheless, it is still a map in the game that we're going to be playing here.
Yeah, no, I think that Starfish Mainstage is probably the most Splatoon 1 style of
Absolutely.
map, and maybe in not the best way, because unlike Port Mackerel, like we talked about, there being plenty of ways to get out of your base to stop a spawn lock from happening. Starfish Mainstage isn't really designed that well in that regard. That being said, we are playing tower control, so Team Olive, if they do get a base lock again, they will have to push the tower in to Aces and Kings spawn, so that should give them more opportunity to actually fight Team Olive and get back to the center.
So we do have both teams on their way into the center of the map now. This is game 2 starting up. Tower control, Starfish Mainstage. Wow, 2 picks coming out on Team Olive already. 3 picks down. That's going to be a really good early push for them.
And it looks like they might get the 4th member. They do, as Team Olive is able to push the tower to the first checkpoint. I believe this will easily be
push
taken.
at the start. Soren doing that work with the Tri-Slosher. That's 2 more down. Oh, man.
Very aggressive push-up by Team Olive here, not even allowing Aces and Kings to use the position of the tower to their advantage, pushing up further than the tower and keeping Aces and Kings stuck in...
Soren's unstoppable right now. This is ridiculous.
Wow, these multi-kills are definitely going to make it very hard for Aces and Kings to come back to the map. This was their time where they were supposed to be able to use the position of the tower to their advantage. Instead, they got triple killed by Soren. As again, he's just standing here getting these multi-kills. Gets War Champ, an assist on War Champ, and a 4th goes down, and that's going to be it.
Can someone, like, send him a PM, tell him to calm down?
Yeah, that's I guess that's what happens when you when you talk trash to Olive. They're gonna get a little mad and get some multi-kills on you. So I believe that is going to be 2 out of 3 matches, and that will be set number 1 on the stream.
Man, 11 eliminations in a match that was, what, about a minute and a half long? That's incredible play coming out from Soren. And definitely the good teamwork from the rest of the team, Olive, to back him up, let him play that aggressive.
Yeah, definitely a lot of signs being shown of Olive having a lot of experience with each other and synergy. That kind of bully strategy where you just completely go head on into the opponent at the same time when you have an advantage is very indicative of a team that's been working together well. Just the whole ability to, without maybe even saying it sometimes, just go in, double team people, 2-on-1, 3-on-1, 3-on-2, whatever. That kind of bully strategy is very important at high level plays with Splatoon, because you need to be able to make those plays when they happen. And Olive just showed at every opportunity they were able to just move in as a group and get those multi-kills.
Right, and especially in a game like Splatoon where movement and map control is so important, being able to know when your team has your back without even needing to communicate it is so key.
Yeah, and I'm not exactly sure what match we're about to see next, but because of all these teams are pretty high level, like I said, this is a pretty stacked bracket. Most of the teams that have signed up are high level teams. There's not many casual teams. This is kind of early in Splatoon's lifetime, and a lot of casual teams haven't like leveled up and gotten all their stuff yet, and they haven't found teammates yet. So most of the matches that we're going to see are going to involve some pretty high level teams and some good matches. Once we get it seems that we have Nose Breathers versus N Squared. So these are 2, I would say, probably mid-seed teams. So this should be pretty nice. So we did see a quick 2-0 in our first match. Round 2 should be a more balanced matchup. So I'm interested in seeing that. N Squared, I know that they're a popular they are 2 popular streamers. I think like Nathan and Natalia, I think their names are. They both start with the letter N, and they they're pretty popular Splatoon streamers. They were at the last major LAN for Splatoon 1, so you know they've been getting a little bit more into tournament play later. New breathers, I have no idea who they are. Maybe if we can check the brackets, but this is pretty good because we're going to be able to see some unknown teams, or at least some lesser known teams, show us what other players and other teams are coming up with.
And that's exactly what we want to see, especially at like the start of a new game's lifespan. Is there's going to be a lot of new players, a lot of new talent coming into the scene, a lot of really good stuff we're going to see. You know, this is the perfect opportunity for a lot of players who weren't too big in Splatoon 1 to get a name out there for themselves.